Can you hear me? Alright, perfect. Alright, guys. So just to get a quick show of hands here, who has moved in the past 1 to 2 years, or in the past 5 years, who has moved at least once or twice? Show of hands, just for some context here, understanding. Okay, alright, that's what we thought. Well, Chris, want to hand it over to you?
Alright, so my name is Chris Ritter. I am a business management student here. I'm going for business management with a minor in entrepreneurship. I have actually moved 4 times in the last 3 years. What about you?
And my name is Hui Win. I'm an international business major in my 4th year, and I've moved, with a minor in graphic design, I've moved 3 times in the past 4 years.
And we are Addverywhere.
Alright, don't make fun of our name because we are literally everywhere and we know where you live. Alright, so let's just get started. Chris?
Alright, so what we are is a company that takes, when you move, you have the troubles of having to move your current address across all platforms. What we do is we have a form and it simplifies it across everything by submitting and updating through your registers. We go through it with our computerized process to move it seamlessly across.
We basically update your address anytime, anywhere, and make it easy for you. Through our market research and talking to over 60 students on campus, we have found this is a repetitive problem. We talk to real people with real stories. For example, Jackson Jones here, the owner of Primate Longboards. He sent $300 of longboards that he made to the wrong address, and he was out because that person stole his boards. Moving on here on social media, on Twitter, we ran across an account executive who recently got this new job. She relocated and had her W-2 tax information sent to the wrong address, wasn't able to get a hold of that, so this is obviously a problem, and we are working to solve that.
So there are currently 318 million people in the U.S., and out of 14.9% of them, those are the numbers, about 40 million that actually travel each year throughout the United States.
Right. So how can we get started, Chris?
Well, it's simple. So you go to our sign-up page, and you, and so with our, another statistic is that 15 million people actually get their identity stolen in each year.
Okay, well, all right. This is a lot of scary information. We don't want to scare you guys. I'm just giving you some straight facts here. 15 million people get their identity stolen. And out of that 15 million people, approximately 100 million people are at risk every single time they move, every year. So that just gives you guys a better perspective of the problem that we're working to solve. How can you get started? To get moving, you're going to create an account with us, and we recommend that you subscribe to a membership program that we have. We offer, well, Chris can tell you a little bit more about it.
Yep, so we offer a $3 subscription, and that includes it's a monthly subscription that includes not only just verifying that you have the current address that we spread out across the platforms, but we also have our package verification system that is constantly running and make sure that no matter what you buy, where you buy it, and how you buy it, it's always going to be sent to the correct address.
Right. And out of that $3, 20% of every single subscription that we get, we're going to donate to giving orphans a place to live. Because although getting the wrong mail to the wrong address is a problem, we have found out of all this huge number of people that are moving in the United States every year, there's 500,000 orphans without a place to live. So we want to do something good for the world. Let's see. We have a short video here. This is an example of someone getting someone else's mail that obviously was not meant for them. So look at that big stack of some cash here. And finds out that it's actually very bad money.
It was tainted money that was involved in a robbery that he had to track down and make sure that he could.
It wasn't meant for him. It was not meant for him, and he got it and he kept it. And you know, we are working to keep you guys safe and help you move efficiently without stress, because moving is one of the most stressful events in your life. Anything else you want to add to that?
Yeah, so it's just another process to show you how important your information, your tax documents, anything that has important information could be stolen. So, now with all that being said, we helped you find a new home, let's help other people get a new home.
Addverywhere. He has over 20 years of programming experience, and he can handle that. I worked on the website as well, and background in marketing and sales. So we plan to use Kickstart to really market our service to people and get the name out there. And the second phase will be usability, testing usability. So we'll be testing this on college students, when they graduating college students specifically, and making sure that they are getting their packages, they are getting their mail, and making sure that we just cover anything that we miss. And then in the third phase, we're going to be implementing those changes, making sure that our website and our software works seamlessly. And around the third and fourth phase, that's when we expect to have to start paying people and counting for labor expenses.
Okay, so quick question, I suppose this is really quick. So this particular presentation looks like this is more like a brochure of it, not the actual product.
Yeah.
So is the product that I put in my address into your system, do other systems integrate with that? Is
Yeah,
my
so-
postal gonna go through your system,
Yeah.
or is
So what this relies on is a lot of strategic partnerships with companies, and the reason for why they want to partner with us is because it's actually mutually beneficial for everyone involved. It's not just us, it's for the business because they can strengthen their the way they deliver important documents to their consumers, it strengthens
who would
that.
you integrate with?
Um,
Have
we
you
could-
talked to any of them?
we talked to companies.
We talked to Wells Fargo, but there's a big process that they have to go through their corporate and everything. So we weren't able to get the information that we wanted from them. We have talked to them. Banks are
Wells Fargo Bank.
It's just Wells Fargo.
So you could think companies like American Eagle, stuff that they send you coupons and it's something that you like, maybe it's something you don't want, and that's why we also have a feature that allows you to eliminate the spam that's coming to you that you don't like. But it would be companies that are big and small, but through strategic lenses.
So how this system works is we're going to use the geolocation, and what that is we're using web crawler. And once you sign up and you create an account, you update your information to your past address and your current address, whether it's residential, an apartment, or a house. And then we're going to use the IP address from your computer because you're going to have a setting on our website that allows you to turn on your location. You can either allow or deny access. You probably get that a lot when you're on websites and stuff. So you're going to allow access. And what that's going to do is show your new address, and we're going to use that web crawler and go through the internet and all the brands and companies that you're associated with. And
That's time.
okay, I'm sorry.
Can everybody hear me okay at this distance? Yes? Yes? Great. All right. Hello, my name is Tyler Rath, and we are Social Gardeners, taking you from seed to social. So we're working on what's called part of the food revolution. So in the world today, our target market is millennials, first-time home buyers, and kind of new families. People in that generation and that demographic are connecting a lot more through social media today, and people are also becoming more conscious of where their food comes from. Right? They want to know what's in it, where it comes from, and they also want to be able to grow their own food. But based on our surveys and interactions with 40 customers this weekend that we were able to link up with, 35 of those validated they would use the product that Social Garden can provide. So I want you to meet Jane. Jane is our target demographic. She's a millennial. She's very active on social media. She has a desire to plant a garden, but she has no knowledge. So she could go to Google, right? But what's the problem with the internet? There's too much choice, and the information is everywhere. And she also doesn't know how to plan her garden based on the space that she has. She doesn't know when to water it. She doesn't know when to tend for it. She doesn't know when to harvest. So at Social Garden, we have a solution. So you can use this on your smartphone. You can use it on your tablet. You can also use it on your website. So Jane, when she creates a profile, comes to our website, and she can log into her profile, and she knows that she wants to plant broccoli. So through our product listing that's already out on the website, she can click on broccoli. And then it brings her to a page with the information about it, so she can learn a little bit more what type of broccoli it is, and the schedule of when she should plant it, and that would automatically get put to her calendar when she adds it to her garden. So what this is your garden up here in the center, and as she picks broccoli and puts 10 pieces of broccoli in there, she knows it automatically calculates how much broccoli and how many seeds you need based on the size of your garden. So people who don't know how to plant how many plants to seed, this is perfect. She also knows that she wants to plant another type of broccoli, which is in the product page. So she adds 10 of those as well. And as you can see on the top, it's calculating how much space she has left or how much she's used in her garden. So she adds these crazy purple carrots that she also thinks are interesting to add to her garden. Now the cool part about this is it automatically calculates how many seeds you need based on the size that you have with an algorithm. And it tells you the total, and you can click purchase and buy that seed directly through our website, and it gets shipped to your house at a predetermined date, so it shows up based on your region when you should start planting it. Another part about this is the social aspect. The millennials want to be on their smartphones. They want to share their life with people through phones, and you can she can comment on her garden, she can share her garden and her plan with her friends, and her friends can comment on it. She can also learn what other people are doing in her area to help her gain better knowledge, create a better garden. Another feature on this website, it's not active yet, but it's the knowledge piece, the information. How do I know when I should water? She's going to get push notifications and activations all the way through when should I harvest it. So we know that there's a customer opportunity. Through our research, we found that in 2008 there was about 8 million millennials doing garden planting, and through 2013 there's about 13 million, and we're projecting when we launch this program there'll be about 18 million in the target market that we're focusing on. So we know there's competition. There's websites out there. On the left, Jane can go to the simple website on the left. She can add broccoli, she can add different types of plants, but what you don't know is you're not supposed to plant broccoli next to peppers. This website doesn't tell you that you can't do that. Ours will automatically give you a warning that tells you that you can't, you should not, we recommend not to do that. On the right, this is like Garden Pro. You need to have a master's degree to figure out how to run this complex problem. Ours is a simple user interface. So revenue, you gotta be able to make money. We've determined that there's 4 revenue channels: big box garden centers, nurseries, community gardens, and seed sales. Today I want to take a piece of that pie and just focus on seed sales. To the right, our projected revenue from seed sales in millions of dollars in the first year, we expect to be about a little bit less than $100,000 or $300,000, excuse me, and that's with a half a percentage of that target market as our users. As we progress in 5 years, we're expecting to potentially be $1.5 million of just seed sales, and that's with 5% of our target market using our product. So why do I think we can pull this off? It's because we have the best team on the planet. Peter and Steven back here are awesome developers. They work together at fun.com. They're a very dynamic duo. Tyler's an awesome designer. He's also a business owner. Myself, I'm an engineer by trade. But I think the coolest thing that makes this product very worthwhile with us working on is that we're all gardeners. Right? So we're going to use the product that we're developing, and that's how it's going to help us make it better for all the people that we're working on. Next steps, we need to build out our MVP to have users testing this product to validate our revenue. We also need to build relationships with seed companies for the direct sales to make sure we can drop ship it from our website to customers. And we need to investigate licensing it to big box stores. With that, does anybody have any questions?
So one of the things you talked about was your demographic related to the millennials. I'm interested in, there's a few locations in the United States. Do you have any different plans for different places? We don't all start our seeds at the same time, right?
And that's where the forum, the knowledge is going to be very user driven rather than from us, because we don't know what the climate's like in Arizona to plant seeds, to Texas, to Florida. We're going to rely on our users to help one another, to be a mentorship within communities.
And we also have USDA zone information to be able to drive some of that planting timelines and harvesting.
Where are you going to get the seeds from? Where will you source those from?
Yep, great question. So initially our thought was to work with seed companies such as Burpee or Johnny Seeds. We need to build a relationship with them to see if that's an opportunity that we can just drop ship it right from their already prepackaged locations and ship it to people.
So you looked at supply for that too, like supply, making sure that they would have supply, so you wouldn't have a supply problem.
To run out.
Yeah.
We weren't able to get in contact with Burpee this weekend, but that is something we absolutely have to do in our relationship building with that company.
So was this going to be free for your clients, correct?
Yes.
But they were going to pay money for the seeds.
Yep.
Too, correct?
Which you have to do if you bought them at Home Depot.
Sure. Okay. So product-wise, for being able to grow it, what sort of other features do you see? Do you see this thing being able to grow besides, I only heard one additional feature that your competitor doesn't have. What else do you see you can do in the future that will allow your business to grow?
Yeah, good question. So, if I can refer back to the 4 revenue streams, maybe, is that what you're asking about?
Go ahead.
So, an idea we had, we didn't want to focus a lot on, but is being able to bring this app for, say, a Home Depot. Right now at Home Depot, somebody developed an app on their website where you can build a deck and then get the products right from them. It's a similar concept. What we want to do is be able to bring this into box stores and let people design their garden, even potentially right in the store and buy the seeds right from Home Depot if they wanted to.
From like a kiosk.
Yeah, from a, basically like a kiosk. So that's another big avenue that we have, and we have data to kind of our estimates and what we would think that revenue would be, and it's fairly large.
This is something that people would probably only use once a year.
Yep, correct. Yep.
With the exception of the knowledge part of it, they might come back throughout the year to get, to ask, is this a weed or is this a tomato plant?
Well, and I would say it's once a year. I mean, it really is a platform throughout the year. So I mean, like I said, the community, but there's the push notifications to be able to let people know when things happen. I mean, the problem that we kept hearing from people is they just didn't know when to do things. So it's
Like
from
with
seed all the
regards
way
to
through gardens.
Yes.
Right. So it's going to send notifications like your broccoli should be out of like at least peeking out of the dirt by now, sort of thing.
Right. Yes. Right.
Ah, okay. Okay. One last question.
So, so let me ask you, you took us down a different path in your presentation. You said we're gonna go into Home Depot and they're gonna buy from them. So, how do you make that?
Licensing
Licensing of,
the application through the
To Home Depot.
Yeah.
Right. The application is designed to sell.
it adds value to Home Depot so they sell more seeds.
Yeah,
Right.
so in the
Right.
case of Home Depot or the other garden centers, it would be to bring them to the seed locations on the shelf.
Sure. Not only that, but when you get to a seed store like Home Depot or any of the garden centers, you look at a wall of seeds, and it can be overwhelming with 14 different types of cucumbers, and they only can give you so much information on the back of the seed packet, whereas you have a plethora of knowledge through a community with our app.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Hello everyone, my name is Cody, and I'd like you to meet Nadia. Nadia is a 20-something-year-old female who loves social validation, and she has mastered social media platforms such as Instagram, Pinterest, and Snapchat. But Nadia has a problem. The problem is that she wants feedback that's honest about the outfit that she's going to go out on the town with. And she's worried that her friends are going to give her just kind of like responses, which is true. When you do face-to-face conversations, people tend to want to please more than they want to disappoint. So what about text messaging? Well, yeah, you could text message someone, but then what happens is you just kind of get this half-baked response sort of from one person. So maybe social media, right? Well, Facebook and Twitter, you can do this, but they don't really serve this purpose. And Nadia's really concerned about looking self-absorbed, like it's all about me. So then that's when Nadia hears about Roaster Toast, the social media platform that's focused on providing honest and sincere critiques and compliments. So what she does is she downloads the app, installs it, fills out some preferences, and then she comes into this main feed. What happens then is she decides to capture her outfit in either a photo or a video. And just to be clear that this isn't just for fashion or clothing, this is for anything you want feedback on. This is just a really great use case scenario. So then after she's done doing that, what will happen is she will capture, there'll be a title, and she puts in some kind of catchy title or a question, is this the right, outfit to go on a date to number 4, a nice restaurant here in Mankato. So once that happens, she's going to receive a boatload of responses, and some of it's going to be it could be either from strangers, or it could be from a select group of her friends that she's decided just to push it out to. Maybe these are the people that she really cares about. And how do we know this about Nadia is how we know this about Nadia is we went out and we talked to 74 different people, and 77% of the individuals said they would use an app where they could give or receive feedback. And in particular, when we talked about this, they're already doing this with clothing, they're already taking pictures about food, and they're already trying to find funny things. So there's low friction points on that side. And our market is big, like ridiculously big. But the difference what we're going to do is we're going to target college campuses, because what we found out is that this skewed crazy short towards the younger age groups. So the younger you are, the more likely you're willing to do this app. So for MVP, what we wanted to target was about 76,000 students, all within the Mankato, U of M Twin Cities, and Normandale campuses. Now, there are competitors, but the difference is, the competitors, they have a, would you want me to have this haircut, or do you want me to have that haircut? Or they're, hey, thumbs up or thumbs down, this kind of quote. With us, our core focus is on providing sincere feedback, whether it's negative or positive, in the form of a toast or a roast. On top of that, we didn't see a competitor that had a grouping session where you could have actual private toast or roast so that you can actually keep maybe something you're self-conscious about only to a select group of friends. And last but not least, one of our core differentiators is that we didn't find any that had a business analytics suite. So that leads us right into the lead gen, or the revenue model. And now with any social media platform, we're going to follow the giants that have trust this way, which is we're going to try to find all the user traction we can, and then we're going to start focusing on revenue model. But we did want to validate this out, and when we had we looked at about six different streams, and the one that when we talked to local businesses, the one they found the most compelling was a pay-per-feedback model. Now this model is a very open model. When we were talking to individuals, they saw it as A/B testing, so that you could test between ads. You could, Mountain Dew could go out and say, hey, we've got this new flavor called sausage gravy pepperoni. Let's see if it rocks in Iowa. That's kind of what I mean when I say A/B testing. The other side of it is geofence data. So what happens is restaurants or other businesses can have geofenced locations, and they can then set criteria on who, like, what users are now going to start getting feedback. So maybe a restaurant wants to be able to do a touch base on this app where they send a private roaster toast 15 minutes after something's set down. Then the other two models that of revenue stream kind of popped up were kind of your basic mobile apps, which is in-app ads, as well as a social feedback, which is pretty much just what you think of as regular Twitter or Facebook marketing. So when we looked at the MVP, we kind of gave some ballpark estimates, and we thought it would cost about $50,000 and a healthy amount of hours to capture. And it's largely focused on user acquisition, maintaining user activity, as well as app development and maintaining those apps with those bugs. We had a really great team actually that this was awesome. Everyone just pulled together, got together. We had a great set of individuals who had skills from a wide range. So in closing, what I want to say is I want you to think of Roaster Toast as that social media app that can give you that feedback that you want that's honest and critiquing or complimentary.
So, first question that pops in my mind is lawsuits. How are you going to handle security covering your business from any kind of lawsuits that might rise up from somebody putting on some kind of picture and being roasted?
Sure. So there's already tons of templates we can use, and I don't mean templates like just copy and paste. I mean there's already how they handle content. We can look at Facebook, we can look at Twitter, we can look at Pinterest, we can Reddit. They already have this mapped out. This is not their first rodeo. We're just going to take that model and we're just going to run with it. So there's going to be legally advised to be base and stuff like that. We didn't necessarily address this, but there would be some form of moderation as well as self-containing from the user's moderation as well. So there would be a cost to moderate that. Is that satisfying the answer?
So how do you differentiate yourself? How do you get it so that yours is unique? And so you're talking to competitors, look like you have some other product or offerings within your product. But what are you doing to get out there and make it unique? Any other ideas about that?
Yeah, so we have a few. If you guys want to take this from here, I saw you.
So basically, if you look at all of the things, Reddit, Snapchat, Instagram, they all have the like feature. But if you're looking for honest opinion, there's literally you have to type your message in instead of being possibly anonymous and giving a dislike button, which is what Facebook is thinking of doing, but they haven't actually implemented. Now, along with the side of businesses want feedback, and we did a survey and we found that customers are willing to give feedback, but don't actually do it because why? They have to go home, dig through the receipts, and once they find the receipt, they actually have to go on the website, give a bunch of personal information away just to get that specific type of discount. So with us, what you can do is you can log in through the app right when you're at the location, quickly scan your receipt, get your discount, or get your $1 incentive through our Caribou, and there you go. Nice, easy, and simple stuff that other applications just don't offer.
And just to add to that, we've talked kind of ad nauseum in the team course about gamification, setting up very unique things. We actually went out to MSU events, and we missed a few. Like we went out there and we were trying to create kind of more of a culture. So the goal of us is not necessarily to build that relationship and to keep that gamification moving forward. So it's really listening to the consumers. We have some intuitive thoughts that we think we have, but once we start hitting those consumers, we're going to really know whether that's unique or not.
Which businesses did you talk to?
So we've talked to several restaurants, and then MIO, if you're familiar with that, that's Tap Cab.
And what would draw them to this?
What drew them to this was that they had found a very hard time with actually getting honest feedback. So they would go over and be like, hey, how you doing over here? Like, oh, that's great. And then they come home and like, that was the most burnt pizza ever. And then they'd send it out. So they were finding that people were just like, I don't want to create a hassle. I'd
So
rather do
is
this.
it not anonymous? Because you can't give feedback anonymously?
Right. So all the data is collected on our side, but there's like an anonymous user. There's an anonymous username, so they feel like there's anonymous, but all the data is still back there. So one of the revenue streams that we didn't talk about was the data mining aspect of this. So then once we have a large enough aggregate to this, we can actually start making some very compelling.
You can do that all by the roaster toast.
All by the roaster toast. The theory behind that is pulling in. They're going to have to log in with like a Facebook or Google Plus. So then they give us access to their profile. So then we can start seeing, as a roaster toast, we can start doing some machine learning.
So you're going to collect that data as well.
Right.
Who
Yes.
these people are.
Yeah. So then we're going to start inclining to that. And then plus once you have geofence
How do you do
locations.
that besides you have to opt in on that?
Right. Yeah. It says that. I mean, if you guys want to talk about it.
If you look at Snapchat, Instagram, they already ask you to log in with your Facebook account, and right before you say accept, it already says we're taking a look at your interests, your friends, your photos. The only thing it says is we're not going to post on your behalf. So businesses are already doing this type of thing. It's not something new that we're trying. We're using the same method other businesses are using to gather data, but we're processing it in a more efficient way.
Right.
Hi everybody, my name is Abdullah. I'm here to represent Bustle Buddies. We're actually an online application that provides services to mainly international students. What we are, well, like I said, my name is Abdullah. Obviously, I'm a foreigner. I'm an international student. As a matter of fact, this is my first semester abroad in MSU. I'm from Egypt originally. Needless to say, before I took that transition to being here, I planned this step by step. I had the perfect plan for it, painted a perfect picture. Needless to say, from the moment of my arrival, it started hitting me. Nothing was coming into the picture. I was delayed, unfortunately. A 22-hour flight, a lot goes on with that. I was here, I departed basically at 12:40 a.m. My first transportation, which was Lanter Express, was from MSP to Mankato, which is an extra hour and 20 minutes. I knew of such, but I've already missed my actual shuttle. So my next option was either to wait for the next shuttle, rent a car, and due to my international status, renting a car was going to be way out of budget because of my international credit card and my international lessons. I ended up waiting at the airport for the next shuttle that supposedly takes off at 9 o'clock in the morning. Unfortunately enough, it was fully occupied, so I couldn't even reserve a spot. So I ended up waiting for this following one, which was 6 hours later. So a total of 14 hours in the airport, just upon my arrival after a 22-hour flight. Big mess. For an international student, and being a student is a big enough task, but being an international one, you don't want to know about it. What are we? We are Best Buddies. We are basically your home away from home. We provide services such as transportation, time management, where to go, housing, food-wise, giving you an idea of the culture you're about to experience, because you might pick up a language back home, you might do your research, and no one can ever set you up for what you're about to experience. It's completely different from what you expect. We can do such through buddy voting, through the network of international students that are already here in MSU. Speaking of such, because we have repeated to Mankato, It could be nationwide, it could also be international wide. At MNSU alone, there's 1,800 students based on 2014, I believe, statistics that are international students. That's out of 16 students in total. That makes about 12% of these students. From 2014 and 2015 statistics nationwide, the international students have increased by 10% over 1 year. There's a total of 20.2 million college and university students in the United States. 1.1 million of such are international students. Now this is a simple idea, it's cheap when it comes to cost. There's not much to be funded. Basically what we need is a domain, an application that will cost about $3,000. The students, the international students are required by law to, well not by law, to get the financial aid or the financial contribution hours to cut off the tuition fees, which could be really hectic. Each international student is supposedly providing 25 contribution hours throughout the semester. A lot of us are looking for those hours everywhere, in campus and off campus. We cannot find enough hours to get it done through the semester. We're going to be using those international students that already have the experience and know the place a bit at least to help out the new international students by giving them contribution hours that will still be free of charge to us. How to promote for such will be through international offices, I-20 forums, social networks indeed. We've already went out and we surveyed 68 international students on campus. 100% of us struggled with similar or even bigger situations upon their arrival. 100%. That is a big quantity. And to sum it up, this was our team: Abdullah, Diso, Ahmed, Sharif, and Ahmed. Moving forward from there, we'll be contacting the international office, pitching more international students. We have an application that is actually in progress of getting to know people, international people that are willing to come to the States or other countries based on such. Yeah, pretty much sums it all.
One of the things you talked about was the funding of this product to the university. Have you spoken with anybody at the university, and how open are they to providing this funding?
We spoke with the international office, and we are willing to help because we're going to take the headache out of them, the headache of international students that first come here.
There's about 3,000 applications that are supposed to be replied to within 72 hours from the international student office. That makes it really hectic on them to get to all 3,000. A lot of get ignored, a lot get lost. We're taking a heavy pile out of their plate. If anything, we don't have any competitors. If anything, we have nothing but allies.
Can I stop? So how are you going to solve this problem? I didn't see any how in there.
Will be the contact. The students will, before they leave their homes, basically, will be in contact with international students that maybe could be of the same language.
So you're going to have people on staff, on phone, that people are going to
Through the
call.
application, they're going to let us know when the
Are
flight,
these people going to be
when they're going to be
Are
arriving.
these people? Are they volunteers?
They're international students
They're
that
going to be
are
interested
contributing
in
their
school
25 hours.
that contributed
Okay.
their 25 hours, so we don't have to pay to these employees because they are already international students and will do their contribution hours for free.
And then you did ask people how many people want to volunteer for this service?
Yeah.
It's a pretty good demand.
How many international students do we have in here right now?
Like 1,200.
Are any
Oh,
of you done with
in this
your
room.
contributions? Yeah. Are you done with yours?
Yep.
All 25 of them?
Yep.
Anyone else? Wow.
And the software is just a way, so are people gonna have like their own accounts on there and basically you can call it anytime?
Yep. It's not gonna be by calling, it's gonna be by
Would it be a website? You
Yep,
can have
website
emails
and
an
application. Yep.
Through the international office, spreading our message.
International
Yep,
students
through
have to pay for the application, for the application. What is your revenue stream?
You are not gonna have to pay.
1,800 students just based in MNSU alone that accumulates about $36 million a year in funds and fees and school and tuition, residential, whatnot, we anyways pay an international student fee. That fee could be as small as $5. That's what I paid for this semester. If we were to punch that up by even $1 per student, that would be a big revenue. That's a big stream. That's enough.
So there would be something they would have to pay for the service.
Not the student,
Not
the international
straightforward,
office.
but
The international office
tuition. It will be
work with
included
us.
in tuition, basically.
Okay, I see, yeah.
But
How are you gonna be able to scale this thing?
I'm sorry.
How are you gonna be able to scale it?
Scale it.
Scale it, let's make it bigger. How are you gonna make more revenue?
by planning to getting in touch with other schools, getting more internationals. I mean, every university has international students. If we get in contact with each international student office through nationwide, at least, that's how it works.
So in your research, have you found somebody that has something like this, a product, a service, and that you're competing with? Or you're one of a kind?
It's basically a simpler version of having an international office. We're more personal. We're there for you. You get in touch with us. We give you the real experience. We tell you what to expect before you even make a
Because
decision.
all of the students here came here in the first, you don't know anyone, you don't know where to go, where to live, like what they should do.
Is there gonna be a management cost to it? You have managers that help manage all these kids.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
there gonna be a management
It's
cost?
gonna be a management cost as like, for example, by living.
It still would be contribution hours. There will be
You would
like,
manage.
yeah.
Like
All your workers are.
for now, it's contribution hours because the international students have to do it. So we're gonna take advantage of that. That they can help us serving other international students. So we're gonna feel better that international students helping other international students by these contribution hours.
But then a lot of international
Once upon a time, there was this beautiful young woman and this sexy, handsome man. And to make this story short, they fell in love and they got married. And then they bought this nice home in the suburbs just outside of downtown. And they lived an abundant life. They would wake up in the morning, have coffee, read a nice book, and then head off to their corporate jobs. When they get home, they'd make this nice organic dinner, sit down, have a glass of wine, and even watch some HGTV. Well, one night, they had a little too much wine, and things got a little frisky. Well, oh shit, wahoo, we're pregnant. The problem is, this is a first-time mom. She has no experience, she's busy with her job, she's very scared, because in the US, we really kind of make pregnancy as a disease, and she's unaware. This is where Preggo Pops comes in. Preggo Pops is health delivered to your doorstep. It is a company, a subscription box company, where a box gets delivered to their doorstep every single month. These supplements are recommended by OBGYNs, doctors, and they have organic products in addition to it. In addition to the actual products, we have informational type products inside the box. What makes us different, really, from other competitors is that we are an educational-based subscription box. Supplet and Bunk Box, they offer more gift-like packages. We are here to increase the health and vitality of both the pregnant mom and the baby. How we are different. We are also going to be, when the mom subscribes to the subscription box, they will have immediate access to our online community. This is going to be a safe, supportive community for all moms who subscribe to talk about different challenges, successes, or even stories that they may have. In addition to that, we will post educational videos for them to learn about their pregnancy, whether that's foods they should eat, foods they shouldn't eat, what to expect during labor and delivery, and even different products that they may or may not like. So revenue structure. We make money by selling boxes. In addition to that, we're going to have key partners that want to promote their products as well. So with that, they are going to give us their supplements. So we can include, after validating their quality and their health, we will put them inside the boxes. The cost. Retail cost of the box is $97.99 per month Our cost to fill the box is $51, profiting $46.99 per box. Why the heck would they buy from us? Well, as a chiropractor, I have a very, very trusted patient base. People will drive 30 miles past 30 other chiropractors to come see me. My recommendations are what they're going to take. I've recommended multiple different vitamins for people during pregnancy, and I know they've taken them because they've given me feedback. I have connections with midwives, doulas, other chiropractors, moms groups, and mom clubs. Once we reach out to these providers and show them what a high-quality product, in addition to the education that they're going to get with these boxes, we know that there's a marketplace for it. We surveyed 20 moms or to-be moms. 75% of them showed interest, but they wanted more information on the actual products in the box. 5% they would purchase it today. So the team, I'm speaking right now, but we couldn't have done this without everybody else. So thank you for the team for the awesome website and all of the other help that you got us. Moving forward, we're going to continue to test our boxes. As we're filling our boxes and supplying or responding to the orders, we'll have a relationship with Craigjoy and continue to grow our marketing team. Preggo Pops is far more than a subscription box. It is a place where moms can actually grow their health, including their baby's health. It is a place where we can go to educate our parents at a very, very early age within their parenthood, so then we can create health and vitality for our children for generations and generations. Preggo Pops.
Good work.
You talked a little bit about getting to know your customers and finding them. How are you going to take their feedback? How are you going to record it? How are you going to make changes to your value proposition?
To the actual products?
To your product, services, whatever. How are you going to keep current?
We already make that our community that they will send to us messages like there will be an online support 24 hours, 7 days a week. We will feedback them if they got any strange question about what's happening for them or what's happening for the baby. That's what we will gonna support them after they give a birth, and we will support them with baby stuff and things like that. They will gonna ask for us the questions, the feedback, and we will gonna ask them if you got feedback about a product or something, we will change it, and we will make a small magazine. It's not a magazine. It will be a booklet. It's 25 pages, and we will gonna write it, but not our team. We got some specialists, but that will be in the future, giving that information in the books, not only in the online stuff.
Do you guys have your own specialists on staff?
No.
Sorry?
Do you have your own specialists on staff?
For materials?
Yeah.
Yes. I can create a
It's gotta be
lot.
part of the cost, right?
Yes.
What about this 24/7? You talked about that. Who's going to be on this call?
No, we will gonna. That will be in the future. Things more.
In staff, or you gonna partner up with?
No, there will be a staff for.
Like in the beginning, we're a startup, so basically we can do it.
Yeah, and
First minimum viable product.
Yes.
We can do it.
Yes.
And then later on, you're gonna start adding on the educational
Correct.
perspective.
Well, no, the education piece will always be there.
Somebody's gotta create the education.
Yeah, she is a doctor.
Yes, I can create
Are
that.
these boxes unique for your clients, or are they just
Yes.
the same box?
Each month, we will be sending them a box that, where they are in their pregnancy. So it's going to correlate with where they are in their pregnancy, so they are getting the appropriate things every
So
month.
everyone at 3 months would get the
Yes.
same thing? It's not unique for that particular
if
box?
she is
Correct.
if she is in the second month, she will get the things that the doctor will say. This is that good thing for the second month, and when it's come over, things will change. And there's some fixing things, but not that much.
How you gonna engage them with the education?
Engaged, that's where the community comes into play. So you look at like a Facebook group, like even a private Facebook group. When a person has a question, all those members can jump in, so it's not just
You're
us.
gonna facilitate that
Yes.
in your software?
Yes.
We'll have a forum in our built into our website, which the members will have access to.
How do you get other people into it? Is it just other people who were pregnant or
No,
are pregnant?
once they subscribe to our box services, they'll likely get access to the community.
Okay. So usually when somebody's done with having a baby, they're done with
No,
that.
she's still a mom. She's still gonna be a new mom. She still has this little baby that she doesn't know what is she's gonna do with it. She can go in
How do
if
you
she
engage them? Because they're gonna.
if she sees a question that okay, I know the answer for this. Moms are very
How's she
helpful.
gonna see that question?
Like she can see it.
You can see what
She still has access to our
Oh,
community.
she gonna go to your website?
Yeah.
Like every day?
She's still
Why would she want
a
to
new
do
mom.
that?
She's still looking for information.
It's not just till the end of the 9 months, because there's a little bit after the pregnancy, after the baby's born. So that it's, because new parents also have issues, like, oh, if I drop this baby on its head.
Okay.
And
So this is gonna be kind of a gateway into this kind of community?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, and then how are you gonna profit off the community?
Oh, the community.
No?
Oh.
The community is not that.
Part of the service.
It's only we aim for a good health for them and a good information. That's why we funding a good quality supplements and at the same time a good information. That's why we provide things inside the box, the information that's on magazine and that's online things.
Thank you.